Hello everybody and welcome back to BattleBots Reborn Cup Season 4. I am the Nick, the Barangoat, and this is the Sam. Use your words, dear. Tonight we're going to finish up the round of 32 and really start to get towards the tail end of the season. We are starting the second half of our episodes. Let's take a look at the bracket and what we're going to see tonight. Over on this side of the bracket, we don't have a lot of big names. We got Untitled Chapter and Tombstone towards the bottom. Our main event is going to see one of the heavy hitters Y-Pout in a rematch against Mo from last year's round of 16. We'll see if Mo has learned anything from that fight. We've also got Stinger versus Minotaur, two bots that have never really gone far in the cup, but they're two big names who are looking to do that this season. Got a lot of good action tonight, but where are we going to start off, Sam?
Well, tonight we're going to start with Death Roll versus HYPERSHOCK. The Aussie Alligator has had a lovely cup campaign so far.
He is. This will be his fourth fight of the season. He's coming from the first round of the qualifiers. He's looked a bit sluggish and a bit struggling to turn, but he has been pretty deadly. He's got a good weapon system this year, the build from Mecha Goji.
Well, it looks like HYPERSHOCK's upgrades could be what sends him deeper into the bracket.
HYPERSHOCK's been looking good so far this year. He's very quick, he's very fast, he's got a decently potent weapon, and it's not just the vertical spinner combined with his little lifting arms. He's been looking good, and I like what we see from him. This is going to be an exciting fight.
Which green bot is going to have the rub of the green?
I think HYPERSHOCK's going to be too fast for Death Roll in this match. He's just too small and quick, and Death Roll, I think, has been maybe a little bit fortunate with some of the matchups. I'm going to go HYPERSHOCK.
Alright, well, let's go find out. Down to the box.
Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? It's robot fighting time! In the red square, he was Melbourne ready for this moment. The perfect storm is brewing, and you're about to be Adelaide to rest. It's Death Roll! In the blue square, he covers more ground than high school drama, and rumor has it, he's coming for you. It's HYPERSHOCK!
We're just about set for the start of this match, but before we begin, let's review the rules for this competition. As always, fights consist of a single 3-minute round, where bots will attempt to destroy or immobilize their opponent. Should the match last longer than 3 minutes, our panel of judges will score it based off these categories: 4 points for damage, 5 for aggression, and 6 for control and strategy. Judges have also been instructed to offer leniency towards bots with non-damaging weapons in the damage and aggression categories when possible. Pins cannot last longer than 11 seconds, and should a fight be halted due to a Fusroda moment, they'll be restarted if the fight was stopped before the 2-minute mark, and sent to the judges if after the 2-minute mark. Let the bot battle begin! Couple deadly vertical spinners here with different strengths, though. It'll be interesting to see the approach. Look at HYPERSHOCK pushing Death Roll back very nicely and pushing him into the corner.
Taking some control.
Very good start here from HYPERSHOCK. This is about what we expected from him. Fast and aggressive. Death Roll struggling to cope, it seems. Death Roll trying to back away and get some time to think, and he's tipped himself over!
Is this the end for Death Roll?
He's trying to use that tail maybe to help himself get back up as HYPERSHOCK sits and waits. And he scoots along the floor. I think this is going to be the end of Death Roll. Well, HYPERSHOCK did what he needed to do. He did what he does best. And it looks like Death Roll is done here. Alright, Sam, let's take a look at the replays of this pretty quick fight. HYPERSHOCK doing what we thought he would. He was quick, and it helped him win.
Yeah, HYPERSHOCK was in control the entire time. Death Roll just couldn't seem to get, literally, his wheels out from underneath him.
For that win, HYPERSHOCK is in the round of 16 for the 3rd consecutive season.
Number 2 tonight, we have Stinger versus Minotaur. Stinger was able to overcome his weaknesses last round, but barely.
It was a tough fight against Vlad the Impaler, but luckily he got one shot that he needed, and that Vlad needs some work. Stinger took advantage of that.
Well, going into this match, Minotaur is the favorite. What should his focus be on?
Just being Minotaur. Be fast, be aggressive, and just go at Stinger. You know his weakness, you know he's going to struggle with it, so put him up against it and make him think and think quickly, because I don't think he'll do a good job doing that.
Fair enough. Alright, let's go watch.
Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? It's robot fighting time! In the red square, usually if you leave bees alone, they'll do the same. But not this guy, it's Stinger! In the blue square, his drum at top speed causes earthquakes that bounce the booties back home. It's MINOTAUR!
Let the bot battle begin! Let's see if this is going to be as one-sided as we're expecting. And sure enough, Minotaur with an early drive that gets him underneath Stinger.
Yeah, Stinger's wedge doesn't look to be up to par. I don't think he's going to be getting underneath the Minotaur at all this fight.
Good aggression from Minotaur. He's already ripped off pieces of the wedge! Well, if it wasn't over from the start, I think it's over now as Minotaur continues to charge.
Stinger no longer has any protection, really.
He has no way to protect himself or to attack Minotaur. Now he's just a sitting duck. Minotaur on the backside looking for some wheels. You know he loves himself some wheels. How long can Stinger delay the inevitable here? He's been flipped over now as Minotaur continues to move in and cause him all sorts of problems. There goes a couple more pieces from Stinger, and now he's pretty much just a box on wheels.
Am I seeing smoke from Stinger?
It definitely looks like he's smoking as well. Minotaur with a wheel! Make it 2 wheels! This could be the beginning of the end for Stinger.
Just a couple more hits and he'll be gone.
Minotaur looking confident as he's prepared to steamroll his way into the round of 16. He's already been in uncharted territory, and it's about to get even better for him as he looks to seal another emphatic knockout. And there it is. Alright, let's take a look at the highlights here. Well, Minotaur with a very aggressive strategy. Stinger's weapon, we knew it would undo him eventually.
Yeah, Stinger was flimsy from the beginning, and once his wedges fell off, it just made him more vulnerable, and then his wheels, Minotaur just had it from the start.
Well, Stinger will have to spend the offseason getting a major rebuild done, but Minotaur, his season continues.
Third match tonight, we have DEATHSTAR versus HELICHOPPER. DEATHSTAR will be feeling pretty good after last round's upset with Biohazard.
You know, he came into this tournament with a lot of questions about him, especially with those exposed motors for his 4 different saws. But that was not a problem at all against Biohazard. He's a big, awkward bot, and he looked good in that first match. Did a lot better than I thought he would.
Well, on the flip side, were you impressed with HELICHOPPER's victory against Megatento, or did you leave a lot to be desired?
I don't know. I still think we got some questions about HELICHOPPER, because, I mean, yeah, he got some big shots, but, you know, it's only Megatento. We need to see a good, dominant performance. The driving was a bit better, but there's still work to do.
Alright, well, let's go see if it'll be an interesting fight.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? It's robot fighting time! In the red square, yo mama's so broke, she was kicked out of the dollar store for panhandling. That's because she spent all her money getting tickets to see DEATHSTAR! In the blue square, he moves faster than a cat leaves their litter pan after pooping. It's HELICHOPPER!
Let the bot battle begin.
HELICHOPPER backing into the wall. That's not the start he needs for a bot that needs to get spun up quickly. Let's allow DEATHSTAR to move in and slow down the hammers a little bit more. Look at him go, DEATHSTAR pushing HELICHOPPER around. Can he get him to a hazard? Now someone's smoking.
Is it DEATHSTAR?
It appears to be one of DEATHSTAR's front saws. Oh, and there's some pieces coming off. DEATHSTAR's lost one of his saws. He's down to 3.
Helichopper finally got up. Another piece from DEATHSTAR there.
2 down now. Helichopper had enough room there to get up to speed. DEATHSTAR, though, moving in and closing him down very well. He's underneath. Helichopper, can he flip him over? That would have been unprecedented, but he had an opportunity.
Helichopper needs to get his distance to try and get up to speed again. There's some smoke coming from another of DEATHSTAR's motors.
Amazing control so far from DEATHSTAR. He has not let Helichopper have a lot of openings, but even though he's got the weapon stalled, it can still do damage, as we're seeing. He's got him in the corner here, and he's doing a good job of containing. He has taken a lot of damage, and we're not even halfway through the fight yet.
Oh, there's the end for DEATHSTAR. He lost another of his weapons.
Unbelievable how quickly and how easily Helichopper's been able to remove them still. But Helichopper, he'll know that the task isn't done yet.
Now it's just down to Helichopper to get the damage and knock him out.
DEATHSTAR refusing to give up as he continues to try and charge over towards Helichopper. Now he's kind of backing away, trying to think about how he's going to approach the second half of this fight. He takes a big shot there from Helichopper. The black box on wheels moving in, and he's got Helichopper against the wall again.
At this point, what can DEATHSTAR do?
Well, he knows that all he can do is get aggression points at this stage. He's got to survive long enough for it to go to the judges. Helichopper getting those hammers up to speed, but he's against the wall and struggling to move away from it. Now DEATHSTAR making contact again. 45 seconds left in this fight. And DEATHSTAR looks like he's running out of steam. Whoa, and a big Fusroda! And it's flipped Helichopper. They're going to have to stop the fight. Oh, boy. Well, Sam, we were hoping this rule wouldn't come into effect, but because the Fusroda happened after the 2-minute mark, this fight's going to go to a judge's decision. With that in mind, who do you like from what you saw? Helichopper a lot of damage, DEATHSTAR a lot of aggression.
I don't know. DEATHSTAR had a lot of control during this match. I think it's going to go down to aggression and eventually damage. I mean, DEATHSTAR did lose all 4 of his motors.
Well, let's see what the judges have to say on this fight. I feel like either way we might have a bit of an issue. Let's see what they say.
The results from the judges are in. And we have a split decision. The winner is DEATHSTAR!
And would you listen to the crowd? Not everyone is happy about that decision, but in the end, DEATHSTAR, another upset in this tournament. Wow.
Well, that was a very interesting fight.
Yeah, that's going to be one that I think people are not going to be happy about. Rules are rules. It sucks. It would have been interesting to see how a rematch would have went. I think DEATHSTAR would have then felt hard done by. But hey, things happen, and this is how we'll improve for Season 5, you know?
It's going to be interesting to see how that's going to affect the bracket.
It will, yeah, for sure.
Well, on the other side of this conversation, we're going to go check out the highlights that y'all have been missing before the big match.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, for the final time in this campaign, let's take a look at these highlighted fights. Don't blink, or you might miss a lot of the action. First up, Free Shipping looked to continue his unprecedented run down the bracket against Bronco's brother, the Matador. Any game plan that they had, though, was immediately thrown out the window and scrapped, as the Matador ended the fight as quickly as he could have. It was a battle of the bad luck Bryans when Chomp took on Overhaul, 2 bots that don't get very far, with a chance at round of 16 glory on the line. Chomp proving once again he's a wishy-washy, 2-sided machine. After last round's amazing battle against the Ringmaster, he went down in quick time against Overhaul. With Helichopper's defeat moments ago, Tombstone will be looking at the rest of the bracket and liking what he sees. Killer B was the next opponent to stand in his way. Killer Bee didn't stand in his way for long though. The matchup always favored Tombstone, and he battled hard and quick with a big victory. And finally, one of our dark horses of the season, Ultraviolet, was looking to continue his unprecedented run as he took on the drum spinner, Poison Arrow. As we've seen already in this tournament from him, Ultraviolet brought out some great tactical awareness and was able to bully Poison Arrow for most of the fight. He couldn't get the knockout, but his dominant display earned him a judge's decision win. To see these fights in their entirety, plus all the others that were recapped during the season, head over to our Patreon account, link in the description, and pledge to the $1 tier. And if you want to go one step further, pledge to the $2 tier to see a lot of great upcoming behind-the-scenes action from BattleBots Reborn Cup Season 4. With that out of the way, it's time for the main event.
On to the main event for tonight, we have Mo versus Y-Pout. These two are facing off in a rematch from last season's round of 16.
Yep, Mo was looking very good at the start of the season. Y-Pout had a couple decent wins. Then when they met in the round of 16, it was a one-sided battle where Y-Pout obliterated him. Wasn't even close.
Well, there were lessons to be learned by Mo from last season. What are those lessons?
Against the grain, hit him against the goddamn grain. It's simple. Hit him the opposite way, and you'll take off his teeth, you'll damage his weapon. If Mo doesn't learn that, I'm going to be furious. It's so simple.
Well, let's see if he learned that lesson.
Introducing, in the red square, he may be a marvel of engineering, but is he smart enough to learn from last year's mistakes? Let's find out. It's Mo! In the blue square, he spins more than slot machines, and he wins more than the house does. It's Y-Pout!
Let the main event begin. Mo coming out fast, looking to get revenge from his defeat to Y-Pout last season. He moves in again and pieces are off. He's already lost half of his blade, it looks like.
That was quick.
Another piece is on the ground. There goes another tooth. Oh, and a wheel comes off as well.
Even with Y-Pout's inability to move, he's destroying Mo.
So there goes the last of the blade. Mo is now weaponless. This is almost a carbon copy of last year's fight. Mo down to 3 wheels, he is weaponless, and Y-Pout just teeing off like he's at a golf course.
Mo's chance at revenge is just non-existent. There goes another wheel.
It's been an absolute obliteration from Y-Pout. And time again, he manages to mess up his opponents with his own weakness. Perhaps it's now a strength of Y-Pout that he can't move very well.
Seems to be.
Get ready to laugh, we've just crossed over the minute mark. Mo continues to charge because he can do nothing else at the moment. Y-Pout picking him off piece by piece. And there comes the smoke from Mo. This should be done any moment now if he keeps charging like this.
Could potentially go to the judges.
Mo is at least showing some aggression, but Y-Pout just again and again, hitting him hard, hitting him often. Mo running into his own litter, all on that side of the wall there. And there's another shot from Y-Pout.
Seems to be the end of Mo.
And Mo's season comes crashing down to Y-Pout once again. Alright, let's take a look at the highlights of the rematch here. Different season, same result. Y-Pout picked him clean.
Mo wanted to get that win really bad, that chance at revenge, but no matter what, Y-Pout just destroyed him.
And Y-Pout will slither and crawl his way into the round of 16. Look at him go.
Well,
Well, this episode ends with the end of the round of 32. Nick, do you want to talk about the round of 16 for a bit before we say bye?
Absolutely. We got some decent matches coming up for the round of 16. Bronco's going to have another big name to deal with, one after another. This time he'll be facing off against Warhead. I like the look of Lucky versus Son of Waiachi. If I was the two-time champ, I would be a little bit scared. And then we'll be also to see on the other side of the bracket, HYPERSHOCK versus MINOTAUR, two fast drum spinners. DEATHSTAR versus Tombstone. Can DEATHSTAR make it 3 upsets out of 3? Gonna be tough to see. I don't know. We'll see how his luck is.
Well, I'm excited about the round of 16, so I can't wait to see you all next episode. I am the Sam.
I'm the Nick.
Bye!